Hey y'all, welcome back. Got another fun one. We got a 10-minute AMRAP. Really think the only good thing about this one is no matter what you do, it's over in 10 minutes because you kind of get through. It's just one of those, you don't want to be on any of these exercises, and the good news is none of the reps are too big. They're just big enough to make you be able to keep going and make the only reason that you're not doing the next rep because you don't want to. But they're small enough too where it's not this long grind. You got to change the scenery a lot. So we got a 10-minute AMRAP for intensity and technique. 10 Sumo-deadlift High-Pulls. That's going to take that wide stance, narrower grip. Keep the elbows high, knuckles down, go collarbone height. In warm-ups, we always warn our classes and clients about this, but a lot of people go too close to them and they smack themselves in the face when they get to pull too high. I did that in the warm-up. Reminded me I got a real nice knock in the chin there. So we're going up, but you want it out just a little bit. So when you have that kind of high power rep in the hip, maybe it catches you off guard a little bit and it goes too high, it's going to go too high in front of you and not smack yourself. So collarbone height, but don't pull to the collarbone. You also don't have to pause up here. We see people try and hang on to it. So just let it come up, let it go back down, and get into the groove. All hips, try not to pull too early with those arms. 10 Sumo-deadlift High-Pulls, 10 push press, 135-95. Main thing here, focus more on the 55% of your max. This should be right out of weight where I went unbroken the whole time and really did not want to. I thought I was going to end up breaking it up 5 and 5. The first round felt okay at 5, and so I ended up going unbroken through those 10 the whole workout, but I wasn't expecting to. So kind of tells you something. We're going to use the same weight here in the Sumo-deadlift High-Pulls. I broke those up into 5s, but the main thing is when you're warming up, doing our typical like 3 rounds of prep, 3 reps of each thing, it was heavy and it was like, ooh, I started going like, I don't know. So if it's not making you question it, if you are 100% positive you're going to go unbroken, you're probably not quite at that 55% number that's going to make you think. So if your technique is there, 55%, and if in warm up you're kind of just throwing it around, go a little heavier. Maybe that max is a little higher than what you think it is. Then 10 barbell rollouts. These are hard, especially coming after the push press. You forget how much tricep is used. Lat is used a lot, but how much tricep is used in these barbell rollouts, and people look at it and they think core, but it's really like a strict toe to bar where we really have to get this big pull down. So for me, coming off of the push press, oh man, my arms were smoked on the rollouts. The only good news is your arms kind of relax and rest. You are using arms, but you're using different muscles on the Sumo-deadlift High-Pull, so that you're fresh-ish, again, coming back to the push press. But for me, it was like, do a rep, shake it out, do a rep, shake it out, as I was just trying to grind. And for me, my abs always get sore on this one the next day, but during it, I almost don't even feel like it's an ab exercise. For me, it feels so much just of that arm pull down. So for a lot of people today, a couple things. Maybe change that number from 10 down to 5. It's going to be a good way to go. And then we can also do rollouts just to your threshold point. So you'll see, it was my first rep on maybe the first round, and like the very last round I did, I went out and then I kind of lost it and kind of went to the ground and then pulled up out of that position. So that's not what we want. We want you staying tight the whole time. So even if you're going to your threshold point and it's just a few inches, you'll know where that point is because you start shaking, you try and make a move to go the other direction, and you can't just snap right back into it. You kind of try and you fight, and then you slowly start making your move. So good way to scale these with the barbell rollouts is do 5 to 10. Pick that number that keeps you moving. 5 for most people going to the threshold point is going to be good. Go to that threshold point and fight to come back in. Threshold point, fight to come back in. We had a member at the gym come up with this, and I think it was super genius. What she did was put the barbell towards her squat rack. And so she had the poles right there. You can also do this to a wall. And she put the rack just beyond her threshold point. So her goal was to go to the threshold point and come back, but she had a safety net. If she went to the threshold point and fell through, instead of falling and face planting, the bar would go and hit the wall or hit the rack and stop, and then she could use that to come back. So I thought that was a really smart way to do it. And if you don't have barbells for these exercises, I'll throw up variations you can do at home on the description of this video and on the workout blog. So 10-minute AMRAP, 10 Sumo-deadlift High-Pulls, 10 push press, 10 barbell rollouts. My rounds were taking like 2.5 minutes. Really came down to the barbell rollout. So I got just past 4 rounds in. I think 3 to 5 is going to be pretty normal. I can see somebody world class just mowing through this one and possibly getting into that 6 range, but it's gonna hurt to earn that one. That's not gonna come easy. But Sumo-deadlift High-Pulls make them look good. I went 5 and 5. I could have gone all 10, but even going 5 and 5, I kind of had a dizzy feeling. I knew I didn't want to have to put the barbell down and pick it up twice. So once I got past that first round and knew I was going to try and go unbroken the whole workout, then I was like, okay, let's break up the Sumo-deadlift High-Pulls. That way I can actually go unbroken on the push press and I don't have to put it down and have to do an extra clean up there. So I'd rather, instead of going unbroken and break these, I'd rather break these, go unbroken there. So first round, played a little conservative, 5 and 5. Some people might get down to 4-3-3. If you're getting down to less than that, you're probably going too heavy. And some people might go all 10. But if you're going all 10, we got to make sure that you are going that 50%, 55% range. And you might want to challenge yourself with that weight if it's kind of a no-brainer to go 10. So probably 2 sets, probably unbroken, but this could be unbroken to 3 sets. This could be 2 sets. You shouldn't have to do more than 2 sets here. We're going to use that push press weight to determine what weight we use on the Sumo-deadlift High-Pulls. Reduce these barbell rollout numbers first and bring it down to like 8, 6, 5. 10 is a lot. So you got to be pretty good at them if you're going to do 10 and stay consistent in this workout. So 5 or 6 for most people is going to be really good. And 5 or 6 going to that threshold point for most people is going to be really good. So choose those numbers that makes all of these things doable but annoying, and just hang in there on that one. No matter what, make it look good. It'll be over in 10 minutes. Push the pace as much as you can without in that make it look good framework. Enjoy it, and I'll talk to y'all soon.
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah.